Here we are today with Robin Clayfield, who also lives in Crystal Waters. And Robin is a specialist, a permaculture teacher who's specialized in many different aspects of permaculture and teaching specific things, and also has a great interest in working in the social side of permaculture and also with economics. So maybe, Robin, could you explain one thing that you've done more recently is your dynamic groups workshops, and how does that work, and who is it for?
Yeah, well, for 20 years, I guess I've trained teachers in creative facilitation and interactive learning methods, and that came out of teaching permaculture courses. Taught about 30 permaculture design courses that were like 2 weeks, and in that time, you really build a family and a community because people are together for such a long time, and realising that just lecturing at people wasn't a way that people learnt easily and retained information, and often it would just be too much. And so in the early 90s, my partner at the time, Sky, and I pioneered a whole new way of teaching permaculture courses. And from there, people started asking us, how did we do it without lecturing? How did we do it creatively, and what sort of processes worked, and how did we do it in a needs-based way, so our courses reflected not just the curricula that was set for that course, but also the needs of the group. So we started teaching people how to do that. And
Creative facilitation.
yeah,
Yep.
and so very much from there it's turned into a whole body of work that I've turned into a methodology now, so I can, it's still, even 20 years later, still cutting edge around the world. It surprises me how people are surprised at the information I help them to learn about this. And to me it's very much about helping groups function. And it might be a learning group, like in a course, and if that group is really harmonious and they're really excited and motivated, people learn easily. Also, I work a lot with people, permaculture groups, transition towns groups, community development type groups. There's so many groups working for change in the world at the moment, and what I really notice there is that often the groups get sidetracked by strong personalities, or everyone wanting to have their input into decisions and things, and often they end up problem solving and having to spend time on conflict resolution, and people going, oh, it's not working, why can't we just do what we want to do? So I've been also putting quite a bit of time lately into creative community governance and decision making type workshops.
Great.
Which is community governance and decision making as one of the diploma of permaculture units in our Australian accredited training system, and I've been invited to come and teach that. So for me it's so important, and that really is social permaculture and applying the principles of permaculture to how we work together in groups. And for me, if we can create harmonious groups together, then that's how we really, really strongly can support the world to be a healthier, happier planet. Because we're more able to work together for the purpose of the group and for change.
Fantastic. Okay, that's great. And so, just in brief, what is your dynamics groups, the workshop that you run? It's a 2-day workshop, or?
It's a 6-day workshop.
6-day
dynamic
workshop. Okay.
groups, dynamic learning, I'm calling it these days. Sometimes I do it as a 4-day training, but it's ideal as a 6-day training because it really helps build people's confidence and gives a lot more time for people to practice all the dynamics that happen in a group, and how people work and train together.
Okay.